Hey guys, Joe from the Crazy New York Driver Show. It is Friday evening, June 27th, 2014. And I'd like to welcome you all back to another nice little eBay video. And in today's video we're going to discuss a lot about last week's video and following each other, and more about the defect system and other eBay issues. And of course we will start out with a rehash of last week and your comments, but before we do that, earlier today I got another delivery of supplies from Uline. I would like to first do a quick cutaway and show you guys that from earlier today. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed my little Uline clip. I had 3 or 4 pallets today, and that included boxes for shipping, tape, poly bags, bubble mailers for the cards, and other small items. And yeah, it's very good when you order in bulk because they will give you usually a discount on the price and always free shipping. I believe the shipping threshold is $600 from Uline, and I'm always well over that. So I got free shipping once again, so that helps. Every little bit counts, folks. Always remember that. You may recognize my driver. He's the same guy that's been delivering to me for quite some time now, so he knows the routine. In fact, when he pulled up this morning, you know what he said to me? "Aren't you going to videotape me?" Because I had the camera in my pocket at that time. I said, "Oh yeah." And then he wanted me to play it back, and he wanted to know why I was videotaping, because I explained it to him last time, but I guess that was 3 or 4 months ago and he forgot. But anyway, I told him I'll make him a star. So, okay, let's now talk about last week's video and some of the comments you good people made. First of all, guys, I want to bring up something. I've been doing these videos since 2007. It is now 2014. And I have never had such a positive response to any one video as I did last week. You guys love the idea of following each other, and I think it's great. For anybody who's watching this video that did not watch last week's video, I had proposed a network, whereas all of us eBay sellers would follow each other in the hopes of increasing our rank in search results on eBay. And I have to tell you something, folks, it is working. I can't tell you the number of people that either called me or PM'd me this week thanking me. Some even contacted me through eBay and said, "Joe, I'm following you, thanks for following me, and I'm going to tell you something. I haven't sold anything in 1 week. But ever since we started following each other, bang, 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 I'm getting sales and I'm banging them out." And that's exactly what I was hoping to hear. I want every one of you guys to succeed. I hope you do great on eBay. And if you want me to follow you, I'll be more than happy to follow you. Now, last week we were posting links to our eBay accounts, our eBay seller accounts. Some of you guys had a little trouble. What you have to do is you don't type your eBay account in, or your eBay store. You have to cut and paste the URL and put it in the message below. Now, YouTube was picking up some of those as spam, but don't worry about that, because I was on top of it and I was unspamming them as quick as they came in. Okay? If some of you click on a person's link and you don't see the follow button, all you have to do is click on his user ID, like John Smith, and then the green follow button will come up. Or if you don't see it, you could click on any one of his auctions. Then his user ID, and then of course the green follow button will come up. Quite a few people complained about a technical glitch, whereas they would click the green follow button and they would get an error message saying that there was some kind of an error. That happened to me as well. There's an easy fix. If you click the follow button and you get the error message, refresh your screen and click it again. Half the time that will fix it and it will work. Half the time it won't. But if it doesn't, you refresh the screen again, okay? And then it will either show that you're following the person, or when you click it a third time, it will work then. Third time's a charmer. I don't know what that glitch is about, but it happens to me, and it's happened to quite a few of you guys too. But don't worry about it. You now know the workaround there. Now, could you guys give me an idea, a rough idea, how many followers you have right now? I checked either last night or the night before, and I had 145 followers. I'm just really curious to see if you guys are, about the same or less. And again, feel free to cut and paste your eBay URL in and put it in below, okay? You only need to do it one time, all right? You don't have to keep responding to each person saying, follow me, because as long as I unspam any comments that are spammed, your comment should stay obvious in the messages, okay? Every time I see a URL, I click it, just in case it's somebody I'm not following, because I'm following so many of you guys, and if it's somebody I'm not following, I'll follow you. And if I'm already following you, no harm, no foul. Another thing I want to bring up before we get into any eBay information is next Friday is July 4th, a holiday, a national holiday, and I will not be here. So what I'm thinking about doing is making the video Thursday, July 3rd. I'm pretty sure I'm going to film it Thursday evening. My question to you guys, do you think I should upload it Thursday evening, a day ahead, or upload it Friday evening as usual? Now I know Friday's a holiday, so most of you guys are going to probably be out doing stuff, hanging out with friends, as I know I will too. So what I'm thinking, I'm strongly leaning toward uploading it Thursday evening, and then you guys can watch it at your leisure whenever you get time. Okay? That's what I'm thinking about doing now. Alright, let's get into some fresh eBay business. Alright, I want to talk about tracking. Several people have actually called me this week about tracking. Judy, I spoke to you today, and your situation is not uncommon. This is very important, guys. For you guys who actually print your own labels out, and I do quite a bit, you print the label out and eBay uploads the tracking number automatically. That's good, but you're not done yet. When you bring your items to the post office, you must have the post office scan them. Don't drop your stuff on the counter and run out, okay? Don't do it. It's not going to work, all right? I don't like standing there in the line any more than anybody else, okay? But unless you really know the postman and trust them, I would wait and make sure they scan them. In fact, sometimes when I'm online in a different post office in another town, they'll take them and put them to the side. And I say, no. I want you to bleep. I want to see that scan. I make them scan them in front of me, and you must do it too. Okay? Make sure they log them in, because you could be punished. Judy was telling me that she went to her local post office, and they did scan them in after she requested it, but that it wasn't showing up till the next day, the tracking information. So I double-checked mine to make sure it wasn't a system-wide error, and mine are showing up fine, scanned in exactly the day I brought them. So it must be a glitch with her local post office that she's following up on. But my point to you guys, you don't want to get dinged with a shipping defect. You must be sure the post office scans your items in right in front of you. No excuses. Okay? It's for your good. Let's talk more about defects since we started that. I was doing some research the other night on eBay, deep in the customer support section, and I came up with a very interesting little known rule. It could be a loophole that will help us, but do you know I cannot find it again? I should have bookmarked the thing, and I searched all day for it and I can't find it. But here's what I did see. Maybe one of you guys can jump in if you've seen it. Have any of you guys received a defect from a buyer who left you glowing feedback? For instance, let's say he left you a 1, 2, 3 as item as described. Then you run a report to find out what item it was, what the date was. You go back to that item and the guy says something like, item is described, great service, would buy from this seller anytime. Now that's glowing feedback, and that does not jive with leaving somebody a 1, 2, 3 as item is described. So I found a loophole the other night on eBay that says eBay will remove a defect if the defect flies in the face of positive feedback. And it gave an example. It even gave an example similar to what I just told you guys. Item was great, I loved it, would love to buy from this seller again. A person who leaves a comment like that should not be leaving a 1, 2, or 3 as item is described. Somebody was complaining this morning in the Facebook groups about this. They had sold an item. It was fine china, a china cup or a vase or something, and it had a chip in it. And I think the person made a comment saying the chip was a little bigger than in the picture. But of course the person took a close-up of the vase and the chip was evident. And eBay would not remove that defect. The person left a positive comment like, quick shipping, but the chip was a little bigger than I thought, and left a 1, 2, or 3 as item is described, and eBay would not remove the defect. However, like I said, had that person written in and said, vase was great, I loved it, would buy from this seller again, and then left a 1, 2, or 3, eBay would remove that according to what I saw in the customer support section the other night, which I'm still trying to locate. If I come across that little blurb, I'm going to bookmark it and I'm going to link to it below, but I can't guarantee you I will. But if one of you guys knows of it and can find it, alright, bookmark it for us below, because I want to present it to the Facebook groups as soon as I can. I was supposed to do the presenting today and I didn't get around to it. So yeah, I also heard a rumor. Now guys, it's only a rumor. R-U-M-O-R. No more, no less. That eBay is going to take a look at the defect system in the middle of August and possibly change a few things. I don't want to hear any cheering yet. It hasn't happened yet. It may not happen. It's something I heard. I heard a rumble. I just figured I'd pass it on to you. Try and hang in there. Let's see if maybe we can get them to change some of the most unfair things. Which, number one would be, when a guy says he didn't get his item, and tracking shows he got the item, and then he says, oh, I'm sorry, I did get the item, you're stuck with a defect when he opens an item not received case. That is wrong. I've been talking about that for 3 or 4 weeks. It's wrong, and it needs to be changed, period. Guys, how have your sales been? this last week or two. Have you noticed it a little slower? I think 3 or 4 of you just fell off your chairs when you saw I'm drinking a Diet Coke and not Gatorade. I'm sorry, I don't have any Gatorade with me. I don't want anybody to lose any sleep over the fact that I'm drinking a Diet Coke today. Alright, it's not a big deal. I'll have the Gatorade back for next week, hopefully. But I noticed a lot of cheaper items are selling lately on eBay. Cheaper meaning, let's say under $50, as opposed to the more expensive items, which we all love to sell. So how have your sales been? Have they been a little slow? And guys, have any of you noticed a positive difference ever since last week when we started following each other? If you have, I'd like you to note that below if you would, and give us all a little uptick, something to hope for. Let's see, what else? I would like to thank all of you, of course, for watching yet another installment of the Crazy New York Driver Show. The foremost place to learn, talk about, and discuss being a seller on eBay. There are those that will come out and call me an eBay fanboy. And you know, maybe I am. I know I'm a fanboy of making money. And since I'm making money on eBay, well heck, I'm a fanboy on eBay then. What the heck? But I am making money and I'm happy. I have been told from some friends of mine that eBay Radio was a big success out in Vegas. I wish I could have gone there and been a part of that, but it wasn't to be. Hopefully next year. And I would like to say that, yeah. Thank you for all the comments on last week's video. I think I followed just about all of you. If there's any of you guys who I'm not following, give me a nudge, just type in a comment, and I'll jump on that as soon as possible. If you don't know how to tell who's following you, all you have to do is go to your My eBay, okay, and click on your name. And then you'll see a little screen that will say like 88 followers. And you can actually see who's following you, okay? And you can look for me. My eBay Motors account is Hubcap Joe's. You're all welcome and encouraged to follow me. And I'll be more than happy to follow any one of you. Alright, that's about it for now. I'm Crazy New York Driver, you're not. Let's put this in the can. Let's see what time we got here. 6:15. Not too bad. Alright. Let's get this to bed. Comments are always welcome. And I will be putting up my next video next Thursday, July 3rd, after work. Okay? Thanks for watching. Rock on, guys.